against the Miami Heat. How about them Cavs?
Oh, man.
They are killing it lately.
Love it.
Fifth in the East. Cavs look good. The Heat pretty evenly matched. I'm reading all these Colin Sexton trade stories, and I guess I have to claim to being confused by those. And why is there a conversation about trading him?
Well, he is coming up on a contract year, and it's one of those things where, first of all, it's clickbait. Mm-hmm. So, like, people are like, well, he could not be, with us moving forward because he's going to,
look for a huge payday?
He's going to look for a big payday.
Yeah.
So the consensus is to try and get something from him before he, we lose him for nothing.
So,
but I think he'll still stay with us. I think let the kid get healthy again and you sign him to a 1-year deal and see what he does, and hopefully he can stick around and contribute to this team, because I think this team is better with him on it.
I don't keep everybody, everyone's stats committed to memory, obviously, or whatever, but Colin Sexton was a guy that we got out of college.
Yeah.
So he gets drafted to the Cavs, and then they obviously don't make a ton of money, and then hopefully you're kicking ass, and then when it's time, when your deal's up, you go, okay, now I probably want to go somewhere and get paid. Well, that's how that machine usually works.
Well, with the first contract that you sign after your rookie contract is usually you're a restricted free agent. So that means any offer sheet that he signs from another team, the Cavs have an opportunity to match. And they also give the benefit to our team to sign to an extra year and extra money. So he could be looking for a supermax contract, or at least he might have been, because he was averaging like 25 points a season last year, and that's a guy that can get paid.
Okay.
But he also was doing it on a team that wasn't very good. So that can kind of inflate your stats. But this season he was averaging, he only played in a few games, so he didn't really find his groove yet, but he's averaging about 17 or 18 points a game. And I think that's about the player he is, and that's not max deal money.
Okay.
So he's got to go.
He might have another year in Cleveland in him.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. If they can get something done that's reasonable for both sides, then that's great. But if it's, he's going to get like a max deal from someone, go get the money, man. I understand it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess Pacers are interested, and we might get Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
Of course, you might remember Poundcake. His mom would know. Of course, I assume he's heir to the LeVert R&B music fortune. Is he one of the LeVerts? Is he Gerald's kid, or?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Karis LeVert? Is he?
I know him.
Sean's
he's a good player.
kid? Is he? I bet your mom was way into LeVert back in the day, wasn't she, Poundcake? If you threw the name LeVert at your mom, I bet she'd be very excited.
No, yeah, we knew who he was. She played him around the house all the time. All this like smooth jazz and R&B and all that. Yeah.
He was also in LSG. Remember? Does your mom remember LSG?
What is LSG?
It was Gerald LeVert, Keith Sweat, and Johnny Gill.
Damn.
LeVerts were from here.
Yeah, they're from Cleveland.
Yeah.
I remember his daughter had...
Gerald LeVert's dead. He died a while ago, but...
his daughter had a My Super Sweet 16 here in Cleveland.
Ah, that's who it was? Whose daughter had that crazy Super Sweet 16?
There was two. There was a pastor that has a church in Warrensville Heights. His daughter had a My Super Sweet 16 where she had it at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she landed his private jet at Burke and then made her grand entrance.
No, I never watched that show, but I had heard about one particular episode that was some famous guy's daughter, and it was just even for that show, it was a bonkers birthday party.
Yeah, they had Boobie Gibson give out invitations.
Is that what it was?
Well, that was the pastor's daughter, but there was three based here in Cleveland. There was Gerald LeVert's daughter.
Yeah, but the Cleveland ones aren't the ones he's talking about. He's talking about one that made like national news because it was so off the top.
All of them are bonkers. Like they had Diddy's son do one, L.A. Reid's son did one. Like that was the whole point of the show of like how outrageous can we make these birthday parties.
Speaking of Boobie, Billie Eilish. Listen, everybody's asking me if I watched Saturday Night Live, which, in all honesty, I didn't realize was back this weekend. Kate McKinnon is finally back. She was off shooting that She's a Tiger King thing or whatever. She's playing Carol Baskin. So Kate McKinnon has not been in this season of SNL at all. And so I guess they're back for just before the holidays. I thought they were off the whole way through, but they had Billie Eilish as the host and the musical guest. And I have not watched it because I'm very ambivalent about Billie Eilish in the sense that I think she's extraordinarily talented. I think she's lovely. Her cans are huge. And I don't want to do that to her. This girl knew what she was doing when she was wearing garbage bags up until a couple of years ago. She knew precisely what she was doing because she's like, I don't want everybody looking at me and turning me into something. And I couldn't agree more. But now that she has unveiled herself as a lovely young woman, she's going to be 20 on Saturday. I will watch this Saturday Night Live episode because I heard it's very funny. Kate's back and Billie Eilish is very game in these sketches. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. And
I don't want to be that guy, but I know I'm going to be that guy.
But there's not really much to be that guy about because there's not a lot of, like, she's kind of reverting to the bigger, baggier clothes in this. Like, the one sketch where she even comes close to being sexy is, it's like a TikTok parody sketch where she's dressed like a nurse in scrubs. So it's not like she's wearing like a low-cut thing.
I saw a bit where she's making it weird with Santa, where she's kind of like this 50s singer or something, and she's wearing like this skin-tight red sequin dress.
Yeah, that was a pretty good dress.
And she's a curvy gal. I mean, you're not going to be that huge up top and be...
But that wasn't like... I mean, it's a skin-tight dress, but it wasn't like they were out or anything.
Nah, I know.
You just saw the shape. Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah.
And it was funny.
Okay, good. Well, that's what I'm counting on.
Yeah.
It's on the DVR. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday evening.
And I know you guys still doing the Cleveland Clothing Company Awards. Of course we are. I just saw that they released that MMS pullover hoodie, by the way.
Oh, I already got one of those.
They're always dropping new things, and the WMMS pullover hoodie. I'm a zip-up man myself, but these are nice. The unisex pullover hoodie is available now, along with a whole lot of other retro Buzzard merch and just about every other thing you could think of, too. So they've got a new arrivals section, and if you go to clevelandclothing.com, just use the promo code JOLLY all through the month of December. If you're in one of their stores, you can use it when you check out, whatever. But JOLLY is going to be your word throughout the month of December. And we're about halfway through it. My daughter's asking me daily, how many days until Christmas? And so
you're like, I know you can count.
Well, every single day I increase that number by 1 just to see if she's confused. And so far, she's called me out on it.
Didn't we have like a segment where parents were talking about how they didn't have money for Christmas or they forgot, so they told their kid Christmas was on a different day, so it allowed them to prepare?
Probably, sure. I mean, your kids, a lot of families are celebrating at home. You might not go out in public, and so if you can keep your kid, if you're going to go that route, it seems like a lot. That seems like making more work for yourself.
By the way,
rather than just planning ahead. You know when Christmas is coming. You know in June when it's coming, so you plan ahead.
Did I miss the email, or is there no company Christmas party this year?
There is no company Christmas party this year.
Okay.
No.
There was
supposed to be some happy hour.
Yeah.
But they always schedule those parties when we're on the air.
They sure do.
And then, listen, there's only
we're on the air during happy hour.
There's only so many hours during the day, and I understand it. But what happens is I'll have management coming to me and going, "You got to come to this party," and I go, "I'm on the air. You guys know when you scheduled it. I'm on the air." And they go, "Well, we really, really want you there." I go, "I'm on the air." They go, "Well, can't you end the show early?" I'm like, "Do you know what I do for a living around? You know what I do for you guys? Why would I end the show early to come to a happy hour? I don't get paid to be at happy hour. I get paid to be here."
Management asked you that?
Yes.
Wow.
And so, listen, if I were someone who was less committed to what I do for a living, I'd go, "Yeah, all right, yeah." But why would I do that? Why would I cut the show in half so I can go, downtown? Bye, guys, I'm going downtown.
Down the hall.
Or what? No, it's like it was supposed to be downtown, and then I think things got jammed up or whatever, so they go, "Oh, we're going to do it in January." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." But I'm not leaving work to go to a happy hour with people. I was going to say people I see every day. I don't see these people every day.
I don't even know who works here anymore.
I don't either. I was just having the same conversation with somebody down the hall. I was like, I genuinely don't know who works here anymore. But it ended up getting moved anyway. And I know they were trying to be accommodating for me, but I'm like, guys, I'm not going to leave this. It's the last week of live shows because it was supposed to be Wednesday. It was supposed to be this Wednesday. I'm like, what? I'm going to cut the show in half and then come back Thursday? They go, hey, we left early for happy hour. There's people doing real work out there who don't get to leave for happy hour. So I wasn't going to do that, but it ended up being a moot point. But there is no... We used to have big Christmas parties at... the hell's that place called? The Rathskeller or... Hofbrau House.
Yeah, we haven't had one since 2019.
No, we go down there and it was a nighttime thing. It was on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It would be on a Monday night. Because they go, well, they're giving us the place for free, right? Cash bar or whatever. It's fine. I don't need a holiday party.
It was an open bar.
Huh?
It was an open bar.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, but no, Poundcake, you did not miss an email.
Okay.
There is going to be... Now, does that bum you out? Were you looking forward to it?
No, it makes me relieved because I was like, either there isn't one or I'm
not you didn't get invited?
You know, they were like, shh, don't tell Poundcake.
We have invited everyone except Poundcake.
Except Poundcake.
That's very unlikely that they would do that.
Well, you never
But don't
know.
sleep on your Heinen's gift card. Make sure you get that.
Oh, no, my mom will be angry with me. She's like, they give you these every year? I'm like, yeah. She's like, boy, you better get that. I'm like, Mom, you know I don't grocery shop. You better give it to me. Like, she'll threaten me. So I don't want to
But you would grocery shop if you had a Heinen's gift card.
No, I give them to my mom.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I don't
As a stocking stuffer, or you just hand it to her when you get it?
No, she holds me at knife point. She's like, you go to a real...
But your mom's a working woman. She doesn't need to rely on you, her son.
She doesn't rely, but the fact that she knows I have it, she's like, where is it? Got the knife right to my throat. I'm like, all right, let me grab it.
Wow.
It's Christmas, Mom. She's like, you want to have a bloody Christmas? Because I'll cut you real good.
Yeah, it's a season of giving, and I'm giving you scars.
She thinks I'm holding out on her ever since the year I forgot that I had it, because I had it, and I had two.
But she knows these are like $50 gift cards. These aren't
Yes.
$200 gift cards.
But
$50 to get you a couple of hoagies at Heinen's.
One year I had it and I forgot to use it. So then I got another one next year. I was like, damn, I have two Heinen's gift cards that I haven't used in the last 2 years. She's like, you got Heinen's gift cards? I was like, yeah, work gave them to you. She's like, how much are they?
I like how Poundcake's impression of his mom is like my impression of him.
Yeah, it's very...
Where do you think I get it from?
Yeah, I guess so, right?
She's like, how much are they? I said, well, they're $50 each. She's like, you got $100? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, so you driving? I'm like, I guess we'll go.
See, my only...
you got to take her on a Heinen shopping spree.
Yeah, and I just have to like surrender to the entire experience. She's just in the... she has her cart pushing things in. I'm just behind, like, you know this is going to be over $100. Well, you going to make it enough. You shouldn't have held out. So, really...
It is, I do, but it's so nice that you can provide that for your mom, though. I know that she's... Yeah, that's nice.
So I give her the $100, and then
she should be a little nicer to you about it.
Yeah, it'd be like $173. She's like, you got $73? She's like, that's the...
Yeah, Mom, I'm here to make up the difference.
That's the holding out fee.
Wow.
Yeah, but she goes all out, buys him multiple Christmas presents.
I tell her not to, though.
Right, but she does. So
she does that for her, not for him.
$73 on
so I
your
deserve
mom.
to be held at knife point?
Yeah. Why is it that it's not supposed to be transactional with your parents?
I
bought you so many gifts, you better spend $73.
She lost her mind, though. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have thought I said I just had like 2 gold doubloons on me, okay?
What's the word?
Doubloons?
Doubloons. That's what the flowers do in the spring.
They bloom.
Doubloons.
Doubloons.
With an N. Doubloons.
Doubloons.
Yeah.
She would have thought it was gold.
Well, to her, it sounds like it is.
It is.
That's
Where's
like
those Heinen's gift cards?
Because she doesn't go to Heinen's otherwise. She's a Walmart gal.
Right, so it's like a big day out for her then.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah, it's a fancy time.
Yeah, I got you.
She's like, I gotta actually put on like clothes. She can't go in the pajama pants or the scrubs like she normally
SpongeBob
does.
sleep shorts or whatever.
She has to. It's an event.
Oh, she gets in her Sunday best.
You know, she has
She
a
got a big hat.
Kentucky Derby hat. I was just gonna say that. Walks in, hello. Where are
So
your
then
Heinen's chickens?
She doesn't have to go all the way to Avon, does she? Where is there?
That's the nearest one, I believe.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. So she goes to the Avon Commons one. That's
Heinen's like,
exactly
we're
where
not-
we went.
Yeah.
We're not
Wow.
going to Lorraine County.
Well, that's what I mean. You know, like they started putting Heinen's in suburban Chicago a few years ago, but they're in like super hoity-toity suburbs.
Yep.
They're like Bannockburn and you know.
Yep, that's the exact one we went to. The one in Avon Commons.
Avon, yeah.
Now, someone messaged me while I was out and said to ask Alan about Nora spending money. Like, you gave her money to spend and she wouldn't spend, like, and they said it was a very funny story.
I already told it.
Well, can you give me a quick version of it?
Well,
it's not always the same people listening all the time.
They did a Santa shop. Mm-hmm. Well, this person obviously heard it.
Right, but they wanted me to hear it.
But you weren't here.
I want to hear it now.
Well,
Tell me about...
Okay, listen, I'll recap the show for when everybody's gone.
I just wanted one story.
So
not the whole
they do.
thing.
So this church near us does the Santa shop. When we were kids, they did it at our school. Like you'd go in the middle of the day. I'm sure your school did this.
Yeah, we did this at school too. It wasn't a church thing.
Right,
but shows
right.
you what churches are really about.
Well, her school didn't do. To the best of my knowledge, her school didn't do this. I think because maybe they were doing it in concert with this church or whatever. And so it was on a Saturday, which obviously made it more convenient. And your kid gets in line, and they fill out a little form and about who they're buying for. And it was just me and Gwen and the dog. And she went with one of her friends, and they have older kids that'll kind of walk you around and help you out. And so we gave her money. I gave her an envelope, and I said, there's a 20 and there's a 5 in here. That's $10 a piece for me and your mom, and then $5 if you want to buy June something, the dog. And she goes, okay. Now, her friend who was with her had a lot of people on this list. So I think what might have happened was, because her friend had so many people, this is mere speculation, that she spent very little for each person. And so subsequently, that's what my daughter ended up doing. So after 90 minutes, we're waiting outside and we're chatting with other parents and just killing time. I saw Biddle there. He and his lovely wife and kids walked out, and so they were doing the thing too. Chatted with him for a minute. Anyway, so our daughter comes out, and
Does he still work here, by the way?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
So she's got a bag of things, and we go, okay, let's go back to the car. And we get home, and Gwen goes through the envelope and pulls the change out. And I gave her a 20 and a 5, and there was $22.50 in change. And so Gwen goes, what did you buy in there? And she goes, I don't know.
It's for Christmas.
For
wait.
Christmas, right. So I think what happened was she saw her friend maybe spend, because those are all cheap things. They're like, well, I should say inexpensive, right? They're like little crafty things.
They're little tiny things.
Nothing's over $2 or $3 or whatever. But she came back with most of the money intact. And so now, Christmas morning, we couldn't be more curious to find out what she spent $1 a piece.
I'm excited to find that out.
Yeah.
Now, did you let her keep the change?
Hells no.
I feel like that was her goal all along.
No, she definitely wasn't thinking about the change. No. No, it was more along the lines of, I think it was her first time doing anything like that. So I don't think she really...
She don't understand what $1's worth.
I mean, when I was 5, I wouldn't know what to get my parents. It's all silly, goofy crap anyway, right?
Right,
so
like I would have bought my dad a brick. I'd be like, that's what you do for a living.
Right.
So here's a brick.
So that's what we're most interested in come Christmas morning is, what did she think each of us would like? That's what I'm most interested to find out.
Too. Yes.
Yeah. What did she see and go, that's Dad right there. That one's for Dad. Because the little helper that was walking them around was probably doing a little suggestive selling,
Yeah. This is dad stuff here. This is mom stuff here. This is dog stuff here.
Yeah. But the fact that she dropped a grand total of $3 on me and Gwen and the dog.
That helper was not doing their job. Their job is to make sure that kid walks out with $25 worth of crap.
I was worried, and that's why I told her very specifically when I sent her in, I was worried that she'd end up spending or not have enough. Mm-hmm. I said, so it's, remember, 10 max for me and your mom, 5 for the dog. So yeah, we're curious to see what happens on Christmas morning. And by the way, it's fine whatever it is.
Right.
We were just so surprised because that was her maiden
voyage.
That's
such a small amount of money to spend. That means she bought one thing for each of you, and it is like keychain or less.
Yeah, that's pretty fine. And it's fine with me. That keychain will go right on my ring. Whatever it is, I'll be happy to display it. But so that's a little suspense for Christmas morning at Casa Cox.
What if it's an Imagine Dragons keychain?
Then I'll put it on my ring happily because it was a gift from my daughter.
She's like, I think my dad loves Imagine
Dragons. My dad loves
Imagine
Dragons. Oh, God, I was watching something over the weekend, a movie or something, and the guy goes, oh, look at the bright side. At least you don't have to listen to Imagine Dragons. The guy's like, I love Imagine Dragons. And then
a commercial
went
or something?
Down there from there. I don't know about that.
Because I've seen that too, and I can't remember what it's from.
Don't know. I've got to take a break here. If you want to get a text for anything, 35192. To do that, AlanCoxShow.com. You'll find us there. And you can listen anywhere on the iHeart Radio app.
The Alan Cox Show. On 100.7